Hey y'all, we have today off, so Daniel is working on grouting our hearth for the stove. Here it is. He's gonna clean the tile and then he's gonna fill the grout lines. My neighbor is coming over to see baby Peach and how she's doing. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get in the garden. I have a cucumber to harvest and some beans, and I'm gonna water. So let's go. Hey y'all, so I was out in the garden and I'm noticing that the corn is ready to be picked, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pick the corn and Daniel's gonna help, and hopefully we get it done before the thunderstorm begins. Let's go. So how you know the corn is ready is the top of the corn is all dried out, brown, it's not moist at all. Also, I could see the kernels here. So even though it's teeny tiny, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this one. All right, so the rain started coming down. We're gonna go ahead and open these up and see what they look like. Here's one of our bigger ears. Okay, so I have cut the 6 ears of corn, and I have 2 that I think look pretty good. The rest maybe need to be left on the plant longer. This is my first time ever growing corn. I would say for growing corn the first time, this is a success because I can eat this. It's not a very high yield, but I'm pleased with it. Hey y'all. So Daniel and I just had our first real storm here. I'll show you. Well, that's Daniel's car. That's the electric netting. In the middle of the electric netting was the chicken coop. And it is so windy, it lifted the chicken coop up and threw it in the road. Okay, go get the door. Threw it in the road. And now the chickens are in the car. Okay, we've cleared the shed out thanks to our neighbors coming and helping. And we're gonna back the car up and let the chickens out. And tomorrow we'll figure out where we're gonna house them. Hi, let's go into the shed. Come on, chickies. Come on, chickies. I'll push them out from the other side. Come on, chickies. Need help?
It appears the chickens are okay. We put them in the shed for the night. They are definitely stressed out. The big ones are definitely going to kind of pick on the little ones more today because they're stressed. It's supposed to get really warm. I'm just hoping none of the birds get sick. I've given them garlic and oregano water. I gave that to them last night. So you can hear my voice is shot. I don't know if that's because I was out in the rain and then inside where it was cooler, but my throat's been hurting since last night. I'm gonna show you where everything was and what happened. So over here, right here next to the clothesline, here's the clothesline. Right here is where the coop was. And so we came out here because we saw it was storming and we needed to take down the chicken coop tarp so it didn't get all shredded up. And while Daniel's out here, I noticed the gusty winds were likely going to peel the roof off our homemade roof. I didn't have much confidence that it was going to stay in place, and I told Daniel it was dangerous. I went inside for a moment and I called some neighbors to try to get some help, and then I came back out. I came out from the front of the house, and when I came out from the front of the house, Daniel was here behind the chicken coop. He noticed the wind was pushing the coop backwards, and shortly after that the coop went, so you can kind of see the outline of where it was. So it was lengthwise this way. Daniel's behind the coop. It flipped up, lifted up off the ground, went over Daniel. It went over the electric net we had and went flying towards the road. And I come around the house and just see it being tossed, doing somersaults. It's been dragged out of the road. It was in the road. There was a car passing when it went flipping this way. By the grace of God, it did not hit that car. The car, I think, could see it coming potentially, but I'm telling you, it was hailing and raining very hard. So I don't know if they even saw this hurling towards them, but here it is. The wheels are broken. None of this is salvageable. The wood frame is broken. Here's the back end. This is where Daniel was behind here. So, in my eyes, Daniel should be dead. It's a miracle he was spared. It's a miracle it just went straight back. It didn't hit our house. It's a miracle it didn't hit the driver in the car. This community is amazing. I come from Los Angeles County, in a horse community in Los Angeles County, and we don't have a community like this. In the storm, a neighbor showed up, towed this out of the road. As soon as the other neighbor could arrive, which was as the storm was dying down, offered to help. Him and his wife come over, help us clear the shed, use their truck, because we don't have a truck, move everything from inside that shed, and it was full, to the barn. And then they help us remove the chickens from Daniel's car, and they've been making phone calls, and they got us a structure for free that will be delivered today, that we can make a chicken coop out of it. I mean, it's going to be a permanent chicken coop, but that broken chicken coop was about $2,000. We feel very welcomed here. We feel very loved, and I'm just very grateful to God for all of that, and like how it didn't turn out right.
Okay, we got most of the structure down. Our neighbors came over and helped us, and another storm's supposed to come in.